Hello everyone, Ashanafi from Icon Language School. Thank you for joining me today. I'm here with my third video. For those who are new to this channel, please don't forget to like and to subscribe to my channel. So I'll be releasing different videos on spoken and grammar English. So I'll be focusing on the speaking, listening, reading, writing skills, as well as vocabulary, comprehension, and business skills. So for today, I have one very interesting topic here. I have a PowerPoint that I would like to share with you. So our focus is going to be saying dates and years in English. So shall we start? Great. So here you can see my slide, and I think I should make it in presenter's view. Thank you. So like I told you, here is my slide and dates and years in English. This is my topic. So when we talk of dates and years in English, now we could see American and British way of saying dates and years in English. Now let's talk about dates first. So if someone asks you, what's the date today? Or what's today's date? If this question comes to you, now how do you respond to that? How do you say the date in English? How do you give dates in English? So basically we have two ways of doing this. The first one is American way of saying dates, and the second one is British way of saying dates. So in American case, now the month always comes before the date, and in British case, the date comes before the month. All right, but don't forget, we can use this interchangeable. All right, for example, if someone asks you what's the date today, now you could respond, it's June 27th. I'm sorry, today is 28th, so you said it's June 28th 2020. See, that's American way of saying it. June, month comes first, 27th, that's date, and then 2020. Now about this here, about this number, now I hope you remember back in school from your mathematics classes that we have two kinds of numbers, basically ordinal and cardinal numbers, right? So ordinal numbers are very common when it comes to giving or saying dates. So basically dates are explained or expressed by using these ordinal numbers. So words like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so forth, these are called ordinal numbers, right? And numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are called cardinal numbers. So the same dates, all right, June 27, 2020, could be said in British English like this: it's the 27th of June 2020. Please be careful about the use of the and of here. So here we normally say them, right, the 27th, and when it comes to writing, we don't write, right? We just write 27th June, right? That's it. But when we say it, we just use the article the and preposition of. That's very important. So here are ordinal numbers, okay? Just for you to brush up your knowledge. Now we have here, for example, these are figures and these are the actual words. So here in figures, this is first, second, third, and so forth. And in your actual words, when you give the date, you should be saying like this. You should pronounce them like this: the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and so forth. So these are areas that you should cover. And the second and very important aspect of this lesson is years. So the question is, how do we give years? If someone wants to know the years in which some event happened, or for example, the years you were born, or the year you got married, the year something happened to you, and this time if you want to give the year, basically we have these different ways of doing this. The first one is, most of the years we have they are separated into two numbers, right? We split them into two. For example, this year is pronounced as 1750. See, 1750. We split it like that. This is 1984. This is 2017. See. And the other way of doing this is if we are talking about century, especially the first years of each century, we can pronounce it like this. For example, this is the first year of the century, yeah, 15th century. So we pronounce it like 1400. This is 1400, right? And this is 1700, see? So we can use this thing. And the other point is when it comes to century again, the first 9 years of a century are pronounced like this. And most of the time we use O for 0. So 0 can be pronounced as O in such cases. For example, this is 1401, 1402, 1403, 1404, 1405, 1406, 1407, 1408, 1409, then 1410, right? So we use for the first 9 years of a century, we just pronounce the number 0 as O. That's very common. All right, when it comes to decade, you know, a decade is just period of 10 years, right? A decade is a period of 10 years, like a century is a period of 100 years, and a millennium is a period of 1000 years, right? You should remember this again. So if you want to talk of these 10 years, like the period as a decade, now we can use this ways. For example, from 1960 to 1969, we say the 60s. This 1980 to 1981, 89, this is the 80s, right? So this is how we say it. We just add s at the end, s at the end, and this time we are referring to that specific point. But there is something that you should also bear in mind here. Okay, I would like to so I'd like to open my whiteboard for a while, and I'd like to show you something here. So if you remember, we have these 3 words, okay, back in school, words like early, yeah, remember this, mid, and late. You know, these 3 words, they are used when we are talking about approximation, or we're talking about estimation. For example, if I ask you, how old is he? Now, if you want to answer this question, there are different ways of responding. The first one is, now you could, if you know the exact age, the exact number of his age, you could say like, he is, for example, 23. Yeah, like 23 years old. You could do something like that. But what if you don't know his exact age? And what if you want to guess his age? And this time you could say, for example, if you think he's between 20 and 23, now you could say he's in his, for example, early 20s. See, that's very common way of doing it. He's in his early 20s. Early 20s, by the way, stands for 21, 22, 23. These are early 20s, okay? Early 20s. And if I say he is in his mid 20s, now you think of what? Mid 20s. You think of what? 24, 25 and 26. You see, this we call mid 20s. What if I think of late 20s? What if I say late 20s? Now this time you should be talking about 27, 28 and 29. So these are, by the way, this is used for all, okay, all of the all right, they are used for all the years we have. Whatever years you are talking about, you could use early, mid, and late. They are very important. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint. Okay, so here you can see that we can use this here, and the other point is, what if you want to ask date in English? How do you ask dates in English? Now, the most common questions are, what is today's date? Or you could say, what date is today? Yes, what date is it, please? What is the date today, please? See, these are possible questions that you might hear. Thank you very much. That's all I have this PowerPoint. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to hit the bell button. So I'll be releasing videos like this. You can suggest any topic that you want to you want me to prepare video about. You can write those topics just in the chat box. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Ashanafi from Icon Language and Computer School. Thank you very much. Bye.